Alright, my friends, so today I want to do a review on my Barska 2016-90 Gladiator number AD10606. Now, as I mentioned, this is a 2060-90, which is 2060 magnification with a 20 millimeter or 90 millimeter objective lens, which is the front. And those things are designed to let in more light so you can see objects better, and particularly in low light, like in the late afternoon or early morning. And I'm starting the video here at 20 power. I have it mounted on my magic arm, so we're going to start that off so you can see, hopefully you can see the quality of the image there. Now, if any of you have seen my video on the 2060-80, which is another Barska, both these were basically in the 300 plus ranges, and they are both really, really great spotting scopes. As you can see, it's a little bit hazy. The sun's coming in from the left. It's almost, what, 4:30 p.m., 4:30, something like that. And just wanted to show you a little bit of the distance covered there. And let's see what's going on over here. There's another vent. So that's a vent from a mine. It's actually a very huge vent. There's another one behind it, but this lamp is kind of blocking it. And anyway, you can see here, okay, saw that bird go by. So you can see here, if you look around the edges, the image looks really nice and sharp and clear, okay? There's no warping, no fuzziness. It's sharp, clear focus all the way through. So that's really cool. It's basically going to be the same quality as the 2060-80 that I did before. It's hazy, that's why it doesn't look as good as it could. That's got nothing to do with the spotting scope. It's just the day and the weather. But this thing here is what you would call a mid-range spotting scope. In other words, pricing is mid-range. And I know that a lot of us who have been buying, maybe you're like me, you don't go to the range all that much. You don't see yourself buying something for $300, $400. But like this one here, if you like my video, this one in my 2060-80, hopefully you stumble onto those particular spotting scopes, as well as my binoculars that I've been doing reviews on. If you stumble onto these things and you can, see my video, and hopefully, hey, this tells you, you should go and check this one out. You should definitely go and check this, on Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Craigslist, eBay, around where you live in the area, somewhere where you can go and check this thing out, make sure everything is in great condition, nothing's loose or shaking, and definitely worth your drive if you want something that's really great, even if it's $100, maybe even $150. And I understand that that's really expensive. It is for me. Now, as I said before with the other one, if I was to break the other one and I was also breaking this one, trust me, I'd be out collecting cans. I'd be out like putting my tooth under my pillow for the tooth fairy, making a wish on Christmas list for Santa Claus. Whatever I had to do, I would go and buy myself either one of those two this one or the other one spotting scope for sure. I would. And another thing too, I bought this one from eBay for $85, shipping included, because it was coming from Barska themselves as a refurbished item. They were selling two, and I should have bought two, even though it's pretty selfish and greedy. I should have bought the other one, because this one, and I knew it was great quality, but I just, I didn't want to bother with having three spotting scopes, even though they're all high quality like this one. I should have bought it just because of the price. But let me go ahead and zoom it to 60. Now, as I'm zooming it to 60 here, let's remember that there are spotting scopes out there with a large objective lens as well. And they're using it as a gimmick, okay? They are using it as a gimmick because everything always depends on the glass, how sharp it looks, how clear it looks, how nice it looks, how bright it looks. It's always going to depend on the glass. And this one is a 2060. I've got a cheapy one for like 25.75. That's another gimmick that they use to trick you into thinking you're getting something better. I think I even saw a Swarovski that was saying 25 to 75. I think so. I listen, I promise you, that is just, even if it's Swarovski, that is just a gimmick that they're using to lure you in to thinking, for this extra much of money, I can get a little bit more of that zoom. You don't need it. The Swarovskis that are up in that high price range, they're all going to be high price range, good, great quality glass. They're just using it. I'm telling you, they're just using that to sucker you into paying maybe a little bit more to get that little extra, because it doesn't make a huge difference. Okay, it really doesn't. And here we are looking at 60 power now when we were at 20 power. It's not a huge difference. Now, as I mentioned before, when it comes to this particular spotting scope, my 2060 at 20 power, even at 20 power, I can see the rings of Saturn. Now, it does look very small, but because the quality of the glass in both this one and the other one is so good, I can actually see the planet nice and sharp without it being blurry. Because I've got those older or those uglier spotting scopes where it's pretty cheap and it looks like just like a little bit of a blob. But with these here, with these two Barska scopes, the I can see at 20 power the rings of Saturn. And when it comes to Jupiter, I could easily see the moons of Jupiter. Jupiter's closer to us. I can see at least 4 or 5 moons of Jupiter. And at 60 power, with both of these body scopes, I can lightly see the colors of Jupiter. So that's pretty cool. And again, it doesn't look like a blob or blurriness around the edges. It looks really nice and sharp. And the stars look nice and sharp, because remember, you don't have to use these things um, just for shooting. You can use them for a bunch of different things. So let's go ahead and get out of this. Let me see if I zoom this in a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to show you right now where we are. I zoomed my phone up a little bit. Okay, I already had it at 60, but look, you can see that it is a little blurry because the day is hazy out there. But as you can see, we're looking like somewhere in between, left of this light post. Let me zoom that in a bit. So we were looking like in that area, and that's as much as I can zoom in my phone. And as you can see, it's having a hard time. I'm using the Galaxy A16. It does do great pictures and videos, but as you can see, zooming in, it's not doing super great. So that's where we are. So let's go ahead and take a look at this spotting scope, but let's put it up in the light. Okay. So the first thing you should see from this thing is it's this. Okay, it's huge. Look at this thing. It is 20 inches from end to end. So this is not a spotting scope that you would want to go on a long hike with. If you go camping, yeah, this is a car camping spotting scope for sure. Shooting, stargazing, doing what I do here, doing videos and pictures. It's a lot of fun doing that. You just get yourself like a mounting system for your camera, either one that goes on the scope or one like this, which is a magic arm. I like this. I like this a lot. And the reason is I can attach it to the handle, and it moves. See how it moves with the eyepiece, and you don't have the problem when you have those phone mounts. When you have a phone on one at an angle, it can actually be so heavy that it starts to move the eyepiece. And I've seen it before many times on my other scopes, or my other spotting scope. But this one is actually really good, so you can do some videos. And like I said, there's a lot of different things that you can do with these things. So this one here has grips for the shade to come out. And I think that's going to be the only real difference between the Gladiator and some other one that they're selling. And this here is a little bit of like a spotter scope or peep scope thing right here. It kind of gives you an idea of where you're aiming, this whole thing. Now, of course, this is the focuser, and you have this little knob here, which if you loosen it, you can move you can move the scope. But on this one, I'll tell you one thing: it's kind of pointless because this is a straight eyepiece, and this thing here is better when you have an angled eyepiece. And I will tell you one thing: this is perfect for all situations. However, when it comes to a rifle range and you're sitting down, an angled eyepiece like my 2060-80, I found that to be a bit more convenient. And it's true, it is a bit more convenient to have an angled eyepiece. Should you pass on something on this particular spotting scope, if you find it for a really great price? No, of course not. You should not pass on this, especially for like 150 or even $100 or whatever. I know that's a lot of money, but you'll definitely get your money's worth for years and years and years. You just take care of it, you will get your money's worth out of this thing. It's fantastic. Now it does have an edge here, like a little shade, but I didn't like it, so I cut it off. And is this particularly glasses friendly? I'm going to give it barely a pass. Okay, barely a pass on that because it. Um, if you're sitting down calmly, then yeah, you can take your glasses off and do this. But this is not one that you're going to be walking around with, and um, so it'll barely pass on the glasses friendly. It's okay. It'll do the job. Now, one of the things that I don't like about this is that the the lens cover, it actually it's very flimsy and falls off way too easily. So I ended up making this little straps with some rivets, made a cover little belt around there, let it strap around it, so now it won't fall off at all. So that's the only thing I can say that I complain about, but it has nothing to do with the image quality and anything that you actually need out of it. Now, one other thing that I don't like about it is the carrying case that comes with it. It's not a case, it's actually just a bag, literally just a bag. And if you drop that, holy smokes, get the waterworks getting ready to go, because there is no protection in that bag at all in case you drop it. So I ended up making this box here, so it's definitely, you can stack things on top of it, and you can buy this foam. Okay, make your own box. Wasn't that difficult? All right, so that's I don't think that would be a really big issue for people, but you will eventually say, damn, I wish I had a stronger box to put it in. Well, this is like, buy the foam, make your own box. You can buy these little hinges yourself, no big deal. Now, this here is a cover for the eyepiece. So you just actually screw it on. You screw it onto the whole spotting scope. So that's actually a really smart idea, because it being 20 inches long is pretty huge. You don't want to bang the eyepiece. So this here will give it some nice protection. Now, this here is the actual tripod for it. And as you can see, this thing is beefy. Look at the legs on that thing. Real beefy. I think most of us are used to the little scrawny metallic legs that come with these things, but this thing is huge. Okay, now it is all plastic, so it's not like it's super fancy, but it has a wide stance. It spreads out quite a bit, pretty nice and tall, and it's sturdy. It's very nice and sturdy, and I do like it, but it is just plastic. But I'll give it a thumbs up either way. So, okay, my friend. So, let's see. This is the spotting scope that I'm talking about here. Okay. So again, if you stumble onto it at an affordable price, used, maybe 150 or less, definitely highly recommend that you go and check this one out. I'm giving it a big, 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 big thumbs up. Uh, Different people want scopes for different reasons. This is not one that you would take bird watching with you because it's too big and heavy. It's not one you would carry with you if you went hunting, or even backpacking, like I said, for a 5-hour 2,000 elevation backpacking trip that I'd go on. But this is definitely something you would use at the rifle range, at your house, or car camping. So again, thanks for watching my video, and I hope that I was able to give you a little bit of guidance as to a very, very nice quality, very good quality glass spotting scope. Thanks again.